Okay, we have Darren, a FIFO worker who works 12-hour shifts and has a family, yet he has the time to train calisthenics and do coaching through me. And recently, in the community, he posted a video of him doing a 90-degree handstand push-up, which is pretty amazing. Before, he didn't even think that he was able to do it because he just did this hold, like a 90-degree negative. But then if you look at this clip, he jumps into the handstand, he goes all the way down, then boom, he's up. I mean, that's an amazing achievement. If you have an excuse that you don't have time, if you have an excuse that you don't have the resources, the knowledge, the equipment, it's just bullshit. Everything that you want in life, it's right in front of you if you decide to go after it and chase it. And if you want me to help you with this, then I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. I mean, this is the school community, right? Darren, he was just like most of you guys on here posting and seeking advice, and then he wanted to jump on the program. And I have a video which outlines exactly what we did in the first week. So after he jumped on, he filled out a form which told me a little bit more about him, and I created a testing week. So there's going to be a YouTube title card up there for you to click on so you can see what that first week looked like. But then he posted more videos and then he shared them to me, and I was able to then review them. So this is what he posted on his Instagram. I'll play this for you right now.
So, I'm visiting Calisthenis coaching as a 37-year-old Darren't full worker who just wants to be able to do cruise shit. And this is week 1, day 1 of our new training program. Started the session out with the band the steroid bonds pressed to the questionable camera angle. These are certainly as I'm getting used to. But after making some minor adjustments with my hand positioning, we actually started pressing, and I'm quite happy with these. And for someone who's never done straight arm pressing before, I thought my handstand to tuck bunch was a pretty solid effort. And sticking with the straight arm pressing cane, we moved on to Alster to pie compressions, which are actually harder than the leg. Finishing the session off with some tap to advanced tuck crunch and some dolphin presses, and decided to play around with some 90-degree negatives. Anyway, it's time for me to go to work. Stick around to go and see what I do for day 3.
Yeah, brilliant. So, I mean, he's cracking into it and he's absolutely loving the program. And he's like already first week in, he's made gains. He's gotten the 90-degree handstand push-up, but that's only the gains that you see. The real progress is actually in the mindset and the discipline and also the foundational knowledge that he's acquired in the process. So with the feedback that I've given him, I've structured it in a way so that he can just make the corrections himself. And if he was to teach other people, whether it be in like a calisthenics meetup or if he starts coaching himself, then he knows how to pass on that knowledge. The next 2 videos that I'm going to show you are the reviews that I actually did for him. So you'll see in real time what the actual work was put into Darren so that he was able to get his knowledge and also his results. Ah, oh, fuck. Pardon me. So the first review video is 14 minutes long. So this is when I went through all of his clips that he went through in the week. And I shared a really good video about the one technique that helped him get 90 degrees, which was whip tech, which is a whip tech video. I don't have it on my page anymore. I made it private, but I really share it to my clients in order for them to get the optimal results. So if you want to see what that video looks like, then I'm going to play this one now. But then after that, I'm going to play the video that was me explaining whip tech to Darren, and I'll put these title cards in. So I'll put a timestamp for the full review, and then I'll do a timestamp for the whip tech, and then how he actually got 90 degrees, and then yeah, enjoy that one. But if you want to skip to the outro and you want to hear a few more stuff about the school community, then skip to the outro timestamp. Yo, Darren, this is going to be your review, and I'm going to show you your program updates. So with the band, you need to make sure that you start from underneath the bar already, because when you go from high to low, you swing and it's like unnecessary, right? So the way that you enter it is you have the your knees around the band like this. That way it's all locked in. And then you go from underneath the bar, and then you extend and have your legs out at the same time. Okay, that's like much more even. Go like that, then boom, you're already in. And then you can use a little bit of your motorbike technique for your hands. And with your presses, it's good because you're unintentionally using your head, but you can actually whip your head a lot more for front lever press, because then you offset the momentum. For your planche lean push-ups, these are really nice, but we're going to make it a little bit harder for the program. And also for your advanced tuck planche, there was one thing I noticed. Your elbows are completely locked out, like this. Like this is called hyperextension, because you don't need to lock out your elbows like that. You can actually have it slightly activated. And what that looks like is you activate more of your bicep, you activate more of your shoulder, and you're actively pressing like this with like bent arms. People always completely lock out for planche, and it's incorrect because it's called joint stacking, and joint stacking will lead to like elbow tendonitis and lots of pain. And it will also show you like my previous planche clips. When I first started training like advanced tuck, my elbows will look like so. Yeah, so I'll lock them out like this. And notice how like my arm, it's straight, right? And it looks like a, you know, like a proper planche arm. But then notice what my planche looks like when I bend my arms. This is a pretty good attempt. Like I'm bending my arms here, and look, it's pretty straight, right? But you can also see like I used to be weaker in planche, and so my arms will shake a lot. You see it kind of like vibrating. But that's because I'm trying to like find a balance of me keeping my arms straight, but then also activating them and not completely locking out. This will just give you so much more power, alright? Going back, your inverted rows, you need to just like correct them a little bit. Pay attention to how I do it here, right? I put my hips down because when you put your hips down, then you can get more range of motion at the top. And I don't try to lead with my head. So when I go up, I don't lead like that. I lead with my hips. My head stays level, or it almost tries to just go down. Boom. And a good way of like controlling your pull-up is you go fast and then you slow down just before you get to the top. Because if you do it explosively, you actually hit your waist on the bar and you bounce off it. So you can't get like that nice hold in. And then for your uneven pull-ups, like this is good, but you can actually make them harder. So instead of putting your arm all the way up like that, you can use finger assistance. So you can actually pull up with like your pinky finger or your fourth finger. And then if you pull up like this with like your fourth finger, then you can come down slowly. And then how you progressively overload with this exercise is you pull up explosively and then you come down like this. Just come down like without your arm assisting you, and then you grab back onto the bar and you go for it again. You don't want to fully lock out for your chin up grip. So when you're coming down, once you get 90 degree, I'll then just like slightly twist into neutral, because then you can go down in the full dead hang. That way you won't hurt your biceps and also your rotator cuffs. Floating pipe push-up is awesome. So I'm going to give you, and also like your scapular planks are nice as well. I'm going to give you advice on handstand push-ups because you're doing them pretty well, but they're just too strict. And you said that you feel heavy in them, so this is how you make yourself lighter. It's called whip tech, right?
Okay. You hinge at your hips like this, and you flick up. And for a handstand push-up, you go down, hinge, and use the legs to flick up.
Yeah, so notice how, like when you
And use
down here, it's pretty much like you doing a floating pike push-up. Same effect. Like the whole point of you doing floating pike push-up is get used to this motion.
the legs.
Okay. So when you're going for a handstand push-up, hay fever, bro. Do the negative, but when you do the negative, try to get used to just being in this bent arm handstand position. Because I can just hold this part forever. If you look at this next video, like this is floating pike push-up.
So float your legs. And I'm going to show you a straight leg bent arm press to handstand. And this is pretty much whip tech is. So press.
Bent arm. Yeah, this is whip tech. And it's
So much power can generate.
Holding the bent arm. Because if you can hold the bent arm infinitely, then you can manipulate your hips however you want.
Most of you guys have point A, right? I'm going to practice moving my hips.
You have good bent arm balance, that's easy, bro. This is clean, this is good. Yeah, if you can't see your heels, then you're in a straight line. But once again, with front lever, you don't have to activate your short head tricep and like squeeze and like lock out your arms. You can actually bend it a little bit. It's completely fine. You get more activation as well. Okay, so here's the program changes. So you're no longer on your test, Darren. You're on your push with press focus, pull with bent focus, and then push with bent focus, and then pull with press focus. So all we have to do now is just go through PTTB with you. So PTTB is prepare, test, train, build. See if I can find on my notes. PTTB. Yeah, okay. Yeah, PTTB. Prepare, test, train, build. And essentially what we're doing is we have a warm-up, and then we have our testing phase, and then we have our building phase. So if you look at banded straddle planche presses, this is a testing phase because it's more skill coordinated and requires more technique. So like going back and forth with the camera and make sure you're doing it right. And it's kind of scary to do. I know you sent me a clip of you trying it and you weren't sure if it was right. That's the exact exercise that you want to do at the start of your workout so you can push things to the next level. So what I've written here, lowers the pedestals. So study which with the skill you actually want and warm up a pump. Yeah, specific movements. Like if you want to get the planche press is like the most purest form of it because it's full range of motion and dynamic. And then the third one is something we'll go into a little bit further down the track once we get into the meat of the program. But a handstand to tuck planche, this is good because we want you to start repping out tuck planche presses. And so if you can master this movement and you can also like test to see if you can do the tuck press, then it's going to be a good segue into block 2. Then you have your training exercises, which is L-sit to pike compressions and tuck to advanced tuck planche. This is just your progressions and your sets and reps. And then you have your building phase, which is dolphin press to build your serratus anterior. Okay. Now, pull bent focus. We have our advanced tuck front lever pull up. And you can do this with band assistance if need be. advanced tuck touch front lever. So this is just touching the bar. And then we also have one arm chin up hold. This one you can use finger assistance if need be. Inverted rows. And then uneven pull-ups. But like, just notice how like you can use fingers to make it harder. Okay. False grip hangs this cool down. And then we have the handstand push-up. So handstand push-ups, they are really good. I think warm up with, yeah, I have this video talk about like why handstand push-ups are good for a warm-up. So I'll send you this one as well. Tuck planche push-ups. These you were struggling with a bit, but let's just practice this a little bit more, because we want to get the tuck planche push-up to press, because that combination is like the best for planche growth. You'll be using that like for a really, really long time. And before, when I said that you can do something harder for lean planche push-ups, you can do floating lean planche push-ups. So come down, practice that bent arm planche. That's really good, because then you can do 90 degree bent arm planche. Because check out the whip tech, right? It's the same thing as if you were to do it like a bent arm handstand or normal handstand push-ups. You'll get really comfortable, like leaning down into a bent arm hold, like this, and like using elbow tech as well. So elbow tech is creating friction with your body. Lots of people, they have their arms out too wide, and they don't actually use elbow tech to create that friction. But as a beginner, in the movement, you really just want to stay locked in there, kind of like a pseudo elbow lever, and use the hips to flick, generate momentum. Then floating push-ups and scapular plank with movement. Then for the pull press focus, banded front lever hold. Just test to see where you're at. And then banded front lever press immediately after that. And you can use a medium band for this. Then advanced tuck front lever press. It will be doing this body weight. And then front lever raise to halfway negative. A really good tip for this is when you go up, try to lead with your hips. That way you get more lat engagement. But at the top, if you're struggling to get it into an inverted hold, use your motorbike grip. And then come down and go into halfway. And do that for about 3 to 5 reps. So start off doing it for 3 reps. And if that's too easy, then the next workout, 4 reps. And end of the block, 5 reps. Modify front lever rows. This is what you can do if you can't do high pull-ups, because explosive pulling is going to be really important. So do this in between the dip machine, and it's just like pulling to your waist. You'll get really explosive muscle ups, and you'll get like a really good front lever pull-up raw pulling strength that you can't really get with inverted rows, because you're focusing more on retraction. The modified front lever rows are just like a brute force exercise. So yeah, that's your review. Can you see more clips? And let's smash it, bro. Yo, I'm gonna have a look at your other clips now. Okay, oi, explosive. That's really good. What we can do to like make it even more better is when we go up, then point your toes, because when you point your toes, you activate your hamstrings. When you activate your hamstrings, it allows you to like tug your entire lower back and just flex it, right? Because think about when you're doing a lying hamstring curl, when your hamstrings get activated, boom, then you just want to like arch your lower back. But where that differentiates with planche is like when you then flick your toes, you enter the handstand better. So it's a mixture between the hamstring curl activation and then like entering a handstand. If you have a blend of that, that's what gives you the perfect recipe for a straddle planche press. And yeah, like grip is strong and everything. This is nice. Another reason why we do planche pressing, Darren, if you want to teach other people that like come to calisthenics meetup as well, is because like people planche with broken wrists. I don't know if you've seen, but like instead of holding it like this with stacked bones, so you hold it like that. But if you do planche pressing, you have to grip the bar right, because you're going from planche into a handstand. You don't do a handstand with broken wrists like this. You have to do a handstand like that. So planche pressing forces you to have good, strong wrists in general. So look at, hey, let's go. Yeah. So if you want to chain 2 consecutive straddle planche presses with bands, then doing the same technique as handstand tuck punch is going to be like the most optimal. So in that video, I said go handstand, then you do head protrusion, and then you go 45-degree angle, and then you only move like your lower back. Same thing applies for straddle planche press negative. Let me see if I can find a clip on my planche negative. But this also applies to handstand push-up as well. Because when you want to do a handstand push-up, protrude with your head first so you can activate your upper chest, and then you just go for it, bro. Would it be here? It's not one of the clean ones, but I think we get the idea. Yeah, this folder is a little bit older. Else to pipe compressions. Nice. So this is more bottom range work for your pressing. That's really good. I want you to test tuck planche press as well, because if we're gonna do tuck planche press, that would be huge. Tuck to advance. Okay, with advanced tuck, we actually need to separate into 2 different parts. So there's an advanced tuck where you're just putting your knees down, and then there's super advanced tuck, or pyramid, or open advanced tuck, whatever you want to call it, where you scoop your heels up. So you either put you put your knees down, and you only do that, but then your heels stay like here, or you put your knees down and then your heels go upwards. It's never out. You never go out like this. Too much intensity. Yeah, you never go fully, you never punch your hips this way. You go down with your knees and then scoop with your heels if you want it open. This is good. Dolphin presses, you're starting to understand it, which is nice. But if you want to get like a bigger stretch in it, then slow down the concentric. So they'll really just try to, yeah, like that. And this is a handstand to 90 attempt. This is good, bro. What I would value more is doing 3 reps of handstand to bent arm planche hold for 3 seconds, rather than 1 handstand to bent arm planche hold for 9 seconds. Like, it's way better to do frequency and volume over isometric hold times, and just too much quality. And I think there is a difference between you doing like a really elbow tech bent arm planche hold, and you going past your body. I think you can definitely benefit from more elbow tech. That's what I'm trying to say. Calisthenics. There we go. Park videos. Okay, so this is the difference between the 2 types of 90 degrees.
20 to press?
Yeah. That's a few reps.
I'm not doing that super today. I'm not doing that super.
That's elbow check.
Too easy.
That's past elbow.
Too easy.
Shit, bro.
Like, you almost kind of want to be like an elbow lever, bro. Because honestly, I don't know, like, if I was to go back time and I had your strength at the moment, I'll be doing like 90-degree handstand push-ups at the moment. And if I look at my clients and I look at your strength, and it's like, if you just did elbow tech, you can do 3 90-degree handstand push-ups, and you can do like 5 messy 90-degree handstand push-ups. You can do like a fully deep 90-degree handstand push-up, and your planche will also be insane in the process because you have like that whip tech. Because if you can whip your body, then you can whip your body better than the body weight shoulder planche press. That's what I'm trying to say. Awesome, bro. Okay, fast forward. We are over here, and this is the school community. Basically, once you join it, you will post stuff, like progress clips and stuff. Like Gabriel here was trying his first band in muscle ups, and then Sam was running with parallel bars, and this guy from Finland, what's up, Juicy? And then we have like a group call happening every Wednesday. So this is with Matt and I, and I'll be hopping on here and just answering all your questions when it comes to calisthenics, discipline, life, mentality. But if you just want to hop on a call and just see my lovely face, and yeah, join this one. The link to the school group is in the community. But like if you want like programs and you just want something to get you started, you can also go into the classroom and just download some. Pretty simple. And all the coaching call recordings, like from all the past calls, if you join the program and you have enough points to level up, then you can also access them as well. But if you just want to send me like a personal message and you want to like thank me for getting the game to you, and you want to like draw my mind about some stuff that I don't usually talk about on YouTube or Instagram, and feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm an open guy. Also check out the rest of the videos on my YouTube channel. And again, like Darren did his testing week and I made a video on that. So on the ending title cards, which will probably be around right now, click on that video and then click on some of my other videos about my other client results. But other than that, take care.